in the hell do you think you are? How does it feel when I ask you that question? That's a tough question. I remember when somebody asked me that question several years ago, but they didn't quite say it like that. They said, "Who are you?" And honestly, I did not know how to answer the question. I had to take a moment. But thankfully, I know how to go in and get answers. And so I did get an answer, and the answer that I got changed my life. There are many people walking around who have no idea who they are. And the person who they believe that they are is the person who was created by their cultures, by their experiences, and by their upbringing. So a lot of who we are is a reflection of what everybody else is around us, what everybody else thinks around us. But there comes a time in your life where it's time for you to search inside and really discover who you are. That was the motivation behind this book. Who in the hell do you think you are? Are you the one responsible for screwing up your own life? We have the power to create our own personal heaven or our own personal hell here on earth. Even the Bible tells us that the kingdom of heaven abides within. But so often we look to the outside for validation. We look to the outside for answers. We look to the outside to find out who we are. And then there's a disconnect. You know who the disconnect is with? The disconnect is with you. But the only person that you really have control over the actions of is yourself. Yeah, other people can give you their opinions and they can give you suggestions. And it's manly to listen to what other people say. But at the end of the day, who you are and what you do and what you feel inside is a direct reflection of what's going on the inside of you. I often say that we can become products of our environment. But at some point, when you no longer like who you think you are, then it's time to make some changes. There is an answer to every question. And I believe that we have access to those answers. The challenge is, though, that a lot of people do not know where to find those answers. So that's the reason why I wrote this book, because I know in my line of work and in my life that it is so important that you know who you are. Because if you don't know who you are, you have no idea where you're going. You know, so many people are in a place right now where they're really trying to figure themselves out. There are a lot of people who are very unhappy every day. They wake up every morning, they go to the same mundane, boring job, they're bored, they don't like their life, they're discontented, and they're blaming everybody else around them. But at the end of the day, when you wake up in the morning, the first person who you meet is who? You. When you look in the mirror, who are you connecting with? You. And a lot of times we feel so bad about ourselves. And who we are, we reflect that to everybody else. And what we give to the world gives back to us. What we focus on expands. And so I have learned, and I now fully understand the power of this. Because even that old ancient text tells us that as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. And so many people are walking around with stinking thinking, and they don't know how to get out of their own way. So I have a particular chapter in this book that I really love. It's entitled, Get Out of Your Head. We need to learn how to get out of our own way. But how do we do that? We do that by first and foremost being honest with ourselves. One of the things that I pride myself on doing as a conflict mediation consultant is I listen to what you say here, but I hear what you're saying in your heart. Because the mouth does not always speak the truth, but the heart contains the truth. And you know what? If you don't know how to speak the truth, you're never going to be set free. The Bible says, know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. We have to get to a point where we're okay with our own truth. I like to say, a lot of people talk about mistakes, right? But one of the things that I've learned lately in life is that life lessons come packaged in mistakes. So we beat ourselves up and we tear ourselves down about things that we feel like we've done wrong. But I'm a firm believer that everything that happens in our life happens by divine design and for very specific reasons. There are very specific lessons that we learn in our life experiences that have to come to us through these life experiences. And it's okay. You are perfect, even in your imperfections. Don't believe me? You need to get this book. Who in the hell do you think you are? Are you creating hell in your life? Or are you creating heaven in your life? Are you the one screwing up your own life? Well, then you're the only one who can actually fix it. So if you're at a place in your life right now where you're really seeking, you're seeking to know you, You're seeking to understand your life. You're seeking to understand who you are and why you're here. I am the bridge between your questions and your answers. I know that I can help you, and I desire to help you. It's the reason for which I was created. It's my passion, and it's what I love to do. You can reach me on www.denikacarothers.com. 2015 is an amazing year, and whatever you sow is exactly what you're going to reap. Let me help you to sow good seed so that your harvest can be the fruit that you desire to eat.